Hi everyone. In this video, let's look at a comparison between Google's Gemma 3 and Microsoft's Phi 3. Both models are rather very small models. For example, the Microsoft Phi 3 model is just 3.8 billion parameters and only consumes 2.2 GB of RAM. Similarly, Gemma 3 is 4 billion parameter model and only takes 3.3 GB of RAM. At Belsterns, our goal is to help companies build AI agents that work without internet on traditional CPU and low RAM. So for this particular video, let's look at how Gemma 3 and Phi 3 compare against each other. What I've done is I've set up an EC2 instance, which is a T2 large instance. What that means is there are 2 cores available, 2 CPUs available, and 8 GB of RAM. With this as our base, I'm hosting the model. I'm using Ollama to run the models. So Ollama is a model hosting platform. And here we are using the 3.8 billion parameter Phi 3 model and Gemma's 4 billion parameter model. And I've already pulled the model into the system. So with this, let me first start off with Gemma 3, and I'm running it in verbose mode, which means we'll get access to information about the model performance. So let's start off with a simple case of hi. And the model is replying to us, and the best part is all this is running on these 2 cores and only using it's only using 4 GB of RAM, and this works completely offline. Both models are open source and can work completely offline. So this was the reply given by Gemma, and it took a total of 15 seconds. It took 54 milliseconds to load the model into the RAM, and the token rate is 4 tokens per second. So let me quit this and now try the Phi 3 model. Yeah, so let me run Phi 3 model. So in a way, Gemma 3 has an advantage here because Gemma 3 is much more advanced and was released like on March 12th. Phi 3 is a bit old. It was released in 2024. After that, Microsoft has come up with Phi 4, which is a much bigger model. So for this comparison, I'm using something very similar to each other. So let me post the same message here. So hi, and able to reply, and in this case, both cores are being utilized, and this is consuming 5 GB of RAM. So with this as a base, Phi 3 is writing a lot of content for us now. Okay, and it took a total of 21 seconds, and it just took 5 milliseconds to load the model, and the token rate is 4 seconds and 4.38 seconds per token. In a way, both of them are equal. Now let's look at how well they perform when we ask them to some kind of mathematical task. What's 2 to the power of 2? Jimmy take answer with 1 line. Okay. Okay, that's correct. So it is able to follow instructions. It is only giving you a 1-line explanation with the answer, and the performance is still there. It just took it's able to print 4 tokens per second. I know 4 tokens per second seems low, but this is running on CPU and only using 2 cores of it's only using 2 cores of CPU and running on very low RAM. That is the best advantage of using SLMs. So these are SLMs, which are small language models. So let me give the same task to Gemma and see how well it is able to perform. So now the model is switching. So now Ollama removes Phi 3 from RAM and is loading Gemma into RAM. Now it's ready to run, and let me ask the same question. Okay, yeah. Let's see how well it's able to perform. All right, the performance is very comparable to each other. So this was able to print 4.3 tokens per second. This is able to print 4.4 tokens per second. Let me give it another task. So another thing is identification of characters in a word. So let me ask question that I tried before, which is how many eyes in the word Philip. Okay, let me ask this question and see how well it's able to give an answer. Okay, that's correct. So there are no 2 eyes in the word Philip, which is correct. Let me give the same task to phi 3 and see how well it's able to perform. Now the model is being, Ollama manages the whole loading of model into RAM and removing it. So I know it's loading phi 3 into RAM. Yeah, it should be done by now. You go and start the task. Yeah. And ask the same question. See how long it takes. So that's wrong. There's 2 I in the word, in the name Philip. So as you can see, Gemma 3 is far more advanced when it comes to reasoning capabilities. It's a far more latest model. So from this comparison, we can see that although Gemma and Phi are almost same in size, same in the RAM it utilizes, Gemma 3 is trained for much more reasoning tasks, better in a way. So one thing is Phi 3 is a bit outdated model. There's Phi 3.5 as well as Phi 4, which are far more advanced with reasoning capabilities. But the model is also bigger, so I didn't want to use that for this comparison. So yeah, that concludes the comparison here. The token rates are almost similar here again. It's 4.33 tokens per second. It's 4.51 tokens per second. To know more about all these comparisons and to know more about SLMs and open source models, you can check out our blog on our website. So we write a lot of blogs, especially focusing on open source AI and small language models. Our goal is to help companies build practical use cases in environments where there are jittery internet connection and hardware restrictions, such as very low CPU, at the same time very low RAM. Yeah, so hope this comparison was helpful to you. Thank you.